Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you guys episode 9 of building Teth in Lego. Now for those of you who know me, you probably know that it's been a while since I've last posted an update. It's been a good 3 months, so there's a lot that you guys have missed and need to catch up on. The reason behind my absence is just being busy. I just didn't really have time or the motivation to pull out a camera and film the stuff that I'm working on, but nevertheless, I have been getting progress done. The mountain is 100% complete. The landing pad is almost there as well. And so yeah, there's just a bunch of progress I need to update you guys on. I do have some older footage from a couple months back that I had filmed, so I am including that in the beginning just to kind of keep you guys updated on that. But I do have a cut where I jump to the current progress where I talk about it a little bit more and then get you guys completely up to date. So this episode is a little bit jumpy around. There might be some confusing parts to what I say or how things line up. Might jump from months apart the clip, so just bear with me on that. Did want to kind of show you guys as much as I could, but yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, guys, just got in some light bluish gray slopes here. Got some 3 brick tall ones right here. Also got some 2x2 ones right here. This is basically what was preventing me from building up the mountain. So finally got some parts right there. I've already got like slopes. I think they're kind of back here behind my table. Just get them out of the way, but I've got plenty of other slopes in the dark bluish gray as well as some bricks, so I'm all set to go ahead and get started working on the mountain again. I'm probably not going to end up time-lapsing everything. We'll see what happens, but I'll definitely time-lapse a little bit for you guys at some point. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so as you can probably tell, I did not end up doing a time-lapse, but I did get a lot of progress done on the mountain here. Just since I started school up, didn't really get a good amount of time to just sit down and work on the mountain, so just kind of been working on it periodically, you know, every other day. So it might not look like a ton, but I'll show you guys a before picture on screen right now so you guys can take a look at the comparison. It was really it was like up to the front top of the ATTE before, and then basically none of this down here was completed, so got it all kind of uniform at the same level now at this point. Also extended the light bluish gray part up here and added a little bit of a dark bluish gray kind of spot in there too, just make it look a little different, a little bit more natural. And I think over here on this left side, as I keep building up, I'll start another one of those light bluish gray patches. I do still have a good amount of slopes left to do that, so I should be able to get most of that done for when that comes around. If I go around the side here, you may notice that I did leave like one row of slopes empty. That's because I wasn't able to build up these sides either, because I'm missing one slope. If you go around here to this other side, I need one of these slopes here, just in the inverse direction, basically, to be able to make these cracks. So I'm missing that piece as well, which is what really stopped me from building up that wall over there, as well as continuing this one up here. So I need to get some more of those as well. But I guess while we're back here, I'll show you guys kind of what the mountain is looking like right now. It looks really, really cool. From the back, you can see all the structural stuff behind it. And actually get over here, I did have an issue which also took up some time. Had to figure that out. If you'll notice, look at some of these slopes, you see like that slope's a little bit above, that slope's a little bit above right there too, above the stub. And as I was building up this area, this whole section somehow was a little bit off-centered from this main section. Don't really know how it came about, but was able to figure that out, just kind of attached everything together, and it seemed to kind of work out. I did just have to change or leave a little bit of a gap in those studs, those 2 rows right there, to make everything line up. So not too bad. I thought I might have had to do that for all of these, or just kind of have it off-centered all the way up and leave it, or figure it out once I get to the top. So glad that all ended up working out. But since I don't have any more slopes, I can't really do much more progress on the mountain in this episode. But I did get these 1x2 lavender plates, and I got 400 of them. So finally, you know, splurged a little bit on those plates. So I think the rest of this episode, I'm just going to work on completing up this terrain. If not completing it, definitely getting some significant work on it. Really just want to focus on finishing up this bottom layer and finishing this main layer up here. Might not work too much on this top layer, depending on how much time I have, just because I don't want to get this episode out too late. So we'll just have to see what happens, but I think I'm going to go ahead and run a time-lapse of me working on this terrain for a little bit. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into that. So some time has passed since I last filmed a last clip of this episode, but I did get this big box, and which is really what I was waiting for. So I didn't want to, I want to make this one a big episode. I didn't want to do, you know, like a half episode here and just get a little bit done. I want to go all out and get a lot of mountain work done. So I had to wait for this package to arrive. Came a little bit later than I wanted. But in here we have 400, I believe, of these slopes here. These are obviously a big component of the mountain. I was like completely out of them, and I still have a lot of mountain to go, so I need a lot of these, and I think this will be enough to get the mountain to where I want it to be. In this box I also just got a couple of other smaller things that I might need, so I've got some of these inverse slopes, and then I threw in some more 1x1 and 1x2 dark bluish gray bricks just to help out finish the mountain. Didn't want to be running out of those. So yeah, got a lot of parts here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start working on the mountain. Not too sure how much of a time lapse I'm gonna do. I know I didn't do a time lapse earlier in this episode of me working on the mountain, but I feel like you guys have seen most of it, and I kind of like to work on the mountain periodically from time to time. So we'll see what happens. I might film a little bit as I get further to getting the amount of progress I wanted to get done in this episode, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on this mountain though. So I know I have not addressed this at all in the video up to this point, but as you guys probably know, I haven't uploaded in a couple months at this point, and since I recorded the last clip, it's been a couple months. So Teth has changed a lot since then. I really just haven't been able to. I really just haven't had the time or the motivation to record or make videos, just because with school starting up and sports and everything, just my time was limited, and wanted to devote that time to Teth and not really worry about pulling out a camera or, you know, editing a video. So yes, the videos were not there, but Teth has still been very, very much been worked on. I haven't really posted anything either on Instagram or YouTube at all since basically my last update. So this is all new stuff that I've been working on in the past couple months, and just kind of wanted to throw this in with my other progress, just so the other progress that I made a couple months ago wasn't kind of not included in a video. Didn't really just want to show you guys straight up what the mock was looking like. I wanted to include a little bit of what you might have missed since the last episode as well. So yes, apologies for the lack of updates and videos, but I do plan on doing a couple more updates until for the rest of Teth. There isn't a whole lot more to do, so maybe one more episode than the finale for Teth. I do plan on making those, and then of course the final cinematic video in hopefully a month or so. So yeah, as you can probably tell, Teth is completely different from the previous clip from a couple months back, so you guys are probably a little bit amazed of what the mock is looking like right now. So yeah, without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly what I've done. This down here has not changed a bit, but all of the progress has come with the mountain, which absolutely looks crazy on camera. It doesn't actually look quite this big in real life, so I guess that's a good thing. It looks way better on camera. I even worked on, for you guys over here, I also added up all the cracks. So this side was like completely unworked on last time, so that is all done now, all the way up to the top, and the same thing on the other side, so that looks awesome as well. And even up at the top of here, we've got the greebling pretty much completely done, and it's very similar on the other side as well. We've also got the landing pad up here, which was not even mentioned basically in any of the other episodes, but got a nice, pretty circular shape on that guy. And you can see I'm working on a little bit of a design here in the middle, and I think I want to change that. You can see it's kind of like two arrows almost. I kind of want to make it just like a round gray area up here at the top. But the reason I didn't end up doing that right here is because I didn't have the proper slopes I need to do that. So do plan on making an order for those, as well as some other pieces for down here. So hopefully I can make a proper circle that'll be a little bit more realistic to the actual landing pad on Teth. Thought I'd bring you guys over to the other side as well, just to show you this is all looking completed over here as well. We also got the greebling up here at the top, a little bit different, a little bit more of a dip here, which I think looks nice. And of course the landing pad from this side. Do plan on having some spider droids up here, like on the actual Teth battle itself. I've also got something else I need to add. So here's just kind of like a little base that I've kind of been working on, and I'll flash a picture up on screen here now of what the thing I'm talking about. These little, like, I don't even know what to call them, but they're just like these little pillar things, and there's a couple of them along the landing pad, so I do plan on making some of those. I kind of have a rough design of what I want to do, but I need to order parts for those as well, so those parts will be coming in hopefully in the next week or so. I do plan on having at least 2, maybe 4 of these up here, so that should look pretty good. I don't plan on adding any further build up here. I just don't think it would look very good with just having a wall just come up here. I think I'd have to somehow integrate it into the terrain, and don't really want to be messing too much with that. It just sounds like a huge pain that probably won't end up looking the best anyways. So I think I'm pretty much just going to leave it as it is with just the landing pad up here, but I think it looks great. This is what I wanted to do originally. I didn't plan on putting anything up there to begin with, so at least I'm getting done what I planned to. And if you're wondering how exactly this is being held up, well, that all comes around here towards the back. And I will admit, I am a pretty impatient person, so I usually don't like to go super structural with my builds. I like basically do the minimum as I possibly can. As you can probably tell with the mountain and me just building up bricks as I went along. And so I do have a little bit of a structure here just built up with panels and plates just going up. It's also been connected to the mountain and this other pillar over here that's holding up the ATTE at various parts. But this up here is just all a mess. I wouldn't really recommend doing this. I mean, it works, but a build that's this tall and this, really, really fragile. I mean, if this thing fell, it would be taking out the ATTE and completely ruin everything. So as fragile as this could be, not super recommended what I've done here, but it has been holding. I've had this landing pad up for, I don't know, a week or 2 now, so I think it's going to hold. As you can see, I've added this diagonal pillar here just to kind of support this, which is working surprisingly well. It's not connected to anything, it's just kind of angled there to support it. So but yeah, just back here, this looks crazy. Never really thought I'd see anything like this before, especially something that I've built myself. But yeah, it works, so I'm not going to touch it anymore. It seems to be holding pretty well. As far as minifigs go, I haven't added any minifigures since the last episode. Nothing really been done on that in that front. Really just been the mountain over here, which I'm super happy to finally have completed. And so the next focus is going to be on this terrain over here and just finishing this up. Adding a couple more trees, adding in some grass and stuff. So I've got to order some things for down here, plate up this area, and then start kind of laying out the battlefield and planning that out. And of course, I've also got to kind of finish up the landing pad up here, put a few small finishing touches on that guy. But yeah, then we're basically done with the mock here. I know it's kind of been a weird type of build just because kind of flew through the beginning and then just kind of dropped off with me not making any updates. So I've still been working on it, not as fast as I would have liked it to go, but at least it's better than me just skipping 2 months and it's still being down here with none of this being built. So I'm at least happy that I can come back and have some pretty crazy progress to show you guys. But that's going to be about the end of today's update. Hopefully I can stay on schedule and get a couple more of these videos out in the next couple weeks. We'll see what happens. But just want to thank all of you guys for sticking with me, and especially for those who are still here watching the video at this point. It means a lot for you guys to still stick around and support me, and even when I've been non-existent for so long. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye!